Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I am here with another top 5 video. I know it's been a while since I've done one of these, but I wanted to talk about eyeshadow palettes. This was a little bit of a tough category. When I have the time to play with eyeshadow, I just love it. It's really fun. Just so easy to pull out a palette and not have to think too much about what colors go with what. It takes away a lot of the guesswork for you, especially if you're a beginner. And sometimes for me, if I need some inspiration, I pull out an old palette that I haven't used in a while, and it gets me really excited about eyeshadow again. So I have 6 here, so we'll say top 5 and then we'll do sort of an honorable mention. It was really tough to narrow this down, but I did a pretty good job, I think. So let's get started. So the first one I want to talk about is really a classic eyeshadow palette, and that is the Naked palette by Urban Decay. This is the original Naked palette. I have the Naked 3 as well, which I do love. A lot of people love the cooler tones of the Naked 2. The Naked Smoky is apparently great as well. But this one, this is the original baby. This is such a beautiful palette. I mean, the quality is amazing, and if you just had one palette in your life, I mean, you could get away with using this one, you know? This has pretty much everything you would need. What's great about this is a lot of neutral colors, but it has some warmer tones, it has even some cooler tones, so it has a little bit of something for everybody. It has some good mattes in there, has good transition colors. I mean, Naked and Buck here are just such great crease colors. They're really, really smooth and blendable, and they look fantastic on everybody because they're not super cool or super warm. They have a lot of just beautiful shimmery colors. Half Baked is such a gorgeous soft gold color. That's this one right here. Such a gorgeous color. The pigmentation is amazing. Like I said, they're really blendable. They go on so easily on the eyes. So these are expensive palettes for sure, but they have a lot of colors in them. They're very versatile and pretty sleek, easy to travel with if you needed to travel with them. I've traveled with this many times and it's been pretty safe in my bag. So definitely just love the original Naked palette. If you don't have it, it should be on your wish list for sure. This next one may be my favorite of all of these, and I'm going to show you why. So this one is the Too Faced Chocolate Bar, which first of all, I mean, if you're a chocolate lover, come on. I mean, it's so cute. It's so cute. And of course, it smells like chocolate, which, I mean, again, if you love chocolate, come on. I mean, really, it's just amazing. But I love this palette. This is the older packaging. They make it a little bit slimmer now even, but you know, this one still works great for me. But just so you know, if you were to go out and buy this now, the packaging is much thinner. This is such a great palette. It has so many wonderful colors. It has a lot of great warm browns in here, but then it even has some berry tones in here, some purples, which I love. I love purple eyeshadow. It has some great purples in here. It even has an olivey green color, this shimmery olive green right here. It just has so many great options. Honestly, even more so than the Naked palette, because this one has some tones that are more of the warm tones. It doesn't necessarily have anything too cool in here, but I love that it has the purples and the green, and it's not just browns and taupes and grays or whatever. It has a lot of different options in here. So this is such a great palette. I love to travel with this one, even though my version is a little bit bulky. It still offers me a lot of options, and in case I don't want to do just the typical brown neutral eye, this has a lot of different options for me to choose from. The next one is the sleekest of the bunch. This is the original Lorac Pro Palette. Super sleek. Has a nice little mirror in here, not too big, but a neutral lover's dream. So this one has some great warm tones in here. There are a couple cool tones, but the Lorac Pro 2 is much more of the cooler version of this, which is also a beautiful palette. These shadows are super buttery and creamy and a little bit powdery, but if you can get past that and just tap your brush, and then you're good to go. But these colors are so beautiful, and if you want to just do neutral eyes, this offers you everything that you need. You have your matte shades, you have your shimmer shades. So basically the whole top row is matte and the whole bottom row is shimmer, which offers you a lot of great options. So this is a fantastic palette. And even though it has a lot of those neutral colors, it still has, again, like a purple in here. It's a darker purple for sure, but it has it there, and I love that. The other thing that's great that the other two don't have is a matte black. Now, it's the kind of shade that, you know, you feel like you have it in the palette and you're like, okay, yeah, black. But it's such a great color to have in a palette, especially if you're bringing this on a trip or if you're using just this to do your eyeshadow. I mean, yes, the Too Faced has, for example, a brown that is super, super dark. But here having a black, I mean, it can add such dimension. You can also use that as a liner. So it's really nice to have just a black in a palette, even though it is the kind of thing where you're like, okay, black, I've seen it before, you know, it's not that exciting, but it really is so great to have that in a palette because you're going to utilize that a lot more than you really think that you would. So the next one is quite large, not so easy to travel with so much, even though if you had the space, this would be great because it offers you a lot of options. But this is the Morphe 35O palette, and this is a little tough to get your hands on. It sells out every time it goes up on their website, but if you can get it, then it is definitely worth it. And as long as you kind of go for it when they say that it's back in stock, then you will get your hands on it. It wasn't too difficult for me to get. But these palettes that they sell at Morphe, they're so affordable. I mean, you get so much in here and, you know, you just have a lot to choose from. I mean, if you get a few of these palettes, you are good to go. And especially if you're a makeup artist, having a few of these palettes, you have everything that you need and you're not going to spend a ton of money. These are really inexpensive palettes. I think that they're under $20 even, and you have a ton of product here and they're really good quality. So this one is basically a warm lover's dream. If you like warm eyeshadow looks, this is what you need. This has mattes, this has shimmers. It's absolutely gorgeous. They now have the 35O matte and then the 35O shimmer. So two separate palettes that are, one's all matte, one's all shimmer. And I like that, but I love the idea of having them mixed in here. I just don't need that much. But if you only like mattes, then there's your option. If you only like shimmers, then there's your option. But I love having both because honestly, when you create an eye look, I mean, I love playing with shimmers. They're more fun for me, but you definitely need some good mattes to create any look. So this is a great palette. Again, super affordable. You do have to order it online unless you live in California, where the Morphe store is located. But it's so totally worth it because they're so inexpensive for what you get. It's just amazing the quality for the price. So definitely recommend this palette, but even other palettes of Morphe as well. The fifth one on my list, which of course I have one more as a bonus, is the Too Faced Natural Eyes palette. Too Faced has a lot of great palettes like this, these little mini palettes, and I love these for a lot of reasons. So I love that they're so durable. So this is so great to travel with, even more so than the Naked or the Too Faced Chocolate Bar palette. I travel with this one more than anything else because if I'm going, especially on a shorter trip and I don't need a whole big palette, this is gonna offer me all that I need. It has some mattes, it has some shimmers in here. It's exactly what it sounds like, Too Faced Natural Eyes. But you can create something a little more smoky with this palette than just a natural eye. It has 3 different categories. So it has day, classic, and fashion. And I mix them all together. I don't necessarily follow that, but it offers an easy look for you if you are just kind of rushing out the door and you want to just use those 3 shades that it labels for you. It makes it super easy. But the quality is amazing. It's not super expensive because it's a smaller palette. And I've gotten so much use out of this, and a lot of that is from travel because it's so small, it's, really sturdy, so it's not gonna get damaged in travel, and it offers up everything that I need. Honestly, I could just throw this in there and I don't need anything else for my eyes, which is pretty awesome. So really recommend this palette. And they also have other great ones. I'm wearing the Too Faced Peanut Butter and Jelly palette on my eyes, another great one. But these palettes, these small little ones, are awesome. So my bonus one I'm going to include, and I'm adding this as a bonus just because this is one that is somewhat newer to my collection. I had gotten it within the last year, and it's one that people talk about a lot because it is really awesome. It's the Kat Von D Eye Contour Palette. So this has all you need as far as neutrals go. So it doesn't have anything as far as like pops of, you know, bright colors, or, you know, it's certainly not gonna have any purples or greens in it. But it's really awesome to pair with anything else, or you can use it on its own. So you can see here, it has 3 quads basically, and you can mix them as well, but you have a warm quad, you have a neutral quad, and you have a cool quad. So perfect. So whatever you might want that day, you have everything that you need. Even better than that, the quality is absolutely fantastic. They're a little bit powdery as well, but if you can get past that, they're super creamy, really blendable. They're really intense, so you really don't need very much at all, but it's such a fantastic palette, and I'm really glad that I got it because it's truly, truly awesome and worth the hype. All right, everyone, so that is it for my top 5 eyeshadow palettes, of course, plus 1 bonus. Again, I absolutely love eyeshadow, so this was fun for me to pick out, but also challenging. I didn't really want to pick anything that is limited edition, so you can't get it anymore. These are all palettes that you should be able to find still, so that's always a nice thing. Let me know in the comment section below if these are any of your favorite palettes, or if there are ones that I didn't mention that you feel like I should have mentioned. I may have it, or I may need to get it. If you like this video, I would love it if you gave a big thumbs up, and I hope that you'll subscribe if you are not already, and I hope to see you next time. Bye.